What size is he, Doc?
Oh, we weigh him. He's 4.5 or 5. Now then, draw him. That's right. Right. Beach him on this shallow, on this shelving bit.
How do I do that?
Beach him. Go right there. Whoop. Right. That's right. That's right. He's done now. Those last kicks are always very wild, but that's the last thing.
The town of Tūrangi is located on the Tongariro River, and the trout in that river attracts visitors from around New Zealand and all over the world. In New Zealand, trout fishing is a pastime available to all. Whole season licences cost less than $100, so it is not unusual to see locals fishing alongside overseas anglers or celebrities, who are usually out with a guide. Around 40,000 adult whole season fishing licences are issued each year. Many other types, such as day and week licences, are also sold. The Tongariro River is also easy to get to. Many of its pools and rapids follow State Highway 1, New Zealand's main highway. Freshwater fishing for recreation was introduced to New Zealand by British settlers. They wanted New Zealand to be a land where anyone could angle for sports fish, but they found most native species small and difficult to catch, so introduced freshwater species such as trout from overseas. About 3/4 of the trout caught in the Tongariro are rainbow trout, the other quarter are brown trout. Brown trout were imported from England, and rainbow trout were imported from California during the late 19th century. Within 10 years, news had spread about the abundant and large trout to be caught in the Tongariro River and nearby Lake Taupo. In 1906, the government, realising the tourism potential and the need to ensure the sustainability of the fisheries, took control of the Tongariro River. In 1911, one angler caught over 350 fish in 2 months, the largest weighing nearly 8 kilograms, about 15 pounds. The largest trout caught in the area weighed 17 kilograms, which is over 37 pounds. Caught just before World War I, it was so big that it had to be cut in 2 to be weighed. During the 1920s, Tongariro's plentiful trout attracted international attention when famous American author Zane Grey wrote about the river, describing New Zealand as an angler's El Dorado. Soon after, the Duchess of York, who later became known as the Queen Mother, spent 10 days fishing the river with her husband. A pool in the river, the Duchess, was named after her. Fly fishing is the only legal fishing method on the Tongariro River. Most fishermen use artificial flies which imitate insects or small fish that trout like to eat. Flies are made of thread, fur, feathers and other materials and tied onto hooks. Dry flies float on the surface of the water and look like insects such as beetles or mayflies. When trout rise, they take food off the surface of the water, forming distinctive circular ripples, and can often be caught using a dry fly. Wet flies, also known as lures, sink beneath the surface of the water to imitate small fish. The daily limit for the Tongariro River is only 3 trout. Though some anglers keep their fish to eat, many release trout after catching them, especially on backcountry rivers. Just up the road from Tūrangi is the Tongariro National Trout Centre. Here visitors can feed trout in their natural environment, as well as find out more about local fishing and the history of trout fishing in the area. New anglers to Tūrangi are encouraged to contact one of the many guides in the area or to speak to the staff at the local fishing stores. Trout fishing licences can be bought from most fishing and outdoor stores in the region.